Alright, Hello everyone, so today we're going to be talking about the Ford Mustang, which is quite possibly among the most popular and best-selling pony cars ever since its debut in 1964. It has attained so much cultural impact. It has appeared in many movies. However, I don't really intend to do another video on the history of the Mustang. What I am going to do is just celebrate the Mustang for what it is all these years it's been around. Allow me to show you how did we get here, and also why are they still making these. Now, every obsession had a starting point of some sort, like an origin story. Usually, it's something small, harmless, or sensible, but the Mustang was none of those things. But not in the way you think. You see, when it debuted in 1964, it was meant for anyone who wanted, everything. Speed? Check. Style? Check. Freedom? Check. Like even your mum could have one if she fancied.
You don't have to go fast to enjoy a Mustang. No matter whether it's young or old, you don't have to go fast to enjoy driving it.
Carroll Shelby, who was famous for creating the GT350s and the 500s, may have called it a secretary's car, which I completely disagree with. Because what made the Mustang popular anyway was the opportunity and the resources to spec up your car in any way you wanted. You could have a straight six, you could have a V8, you could have any sort of power or handling system you wanted, or any performance package. But the point is, the Mustang was meant to serve power and style to the masses. Not a select few, everyone. It was supposed to serve a whole lot of power for not a whole lot of price. It might have suspension from the 1800s, way worth handling, but to deride the Stang for such things really misses the point.
I think it's the same with all American cars. I mean, they're gauged as cars that go fast in a straight line. They don't turn, there's no comfort to them. But until you own one, you have no idea. I mean, the sound. Yeah, they may just go in a straight line, but the sound they make when you're at a light and you go and people's heads turn. And when I was younger, I was into car stereos, and then I don't listen to car stereos anymore. I listen to my exhaust as I'm driving. That's my entertainment.
And we see this through the other eras too, like from the Fox body of the mid-80s, the SN95s and New Edge in the 90s, to the retro revival, S197s of the 2000s. Like even the most forgettable or mediocre versions still carried that DNA, that sense of absurd ambition. And yes, some experiments failed. In fact, that whole rear-wheel drive, bang for your buck sports car mythos was so popular that when in 1989, Ford tried to tinker with it and try to create a front-wheel drive Mustang, the backlash was spectacular. Enough that Ford canned it, had to keep rear-wheel drive, and quietly sent the front-wheel drive concept off to just become the Ford Probe. And the style in itself is pretty iconic. I mean, look at it. Long nose, low stance, grille stretching across like it's trying to swallow the horizon, and the headlights, small, unassuming. And the badge itself as well, gleaming, defiant, it's like judging you quietly. And the side profile as well, like look at the wheelbase, perfectly sized for mostly two adults and a vague promise of extra seating in the back. And the interior itself, premium as a slightly used sofa, but somehow charming. You see it and you know it. And this obsession itself, it wasn't built in a lab. It wasn't created without any sort of passion or disregard for any sort of driving enjoyability. It was engineered, mass-produced, and sent out into the world to consume attention, respect, and occasionally small roundabout.
Well, the Mustang is probably the muscle car, the archetypal muscle car from the US. And so if that's what you want, Mustang's where you got to go.
And then there's the reach. The Mustang wasn't content with just America, it had to go global. People imported them. In 1971, even after production of Shelby GTs in the US had ceased, a Belgian dealer named Claude Dubois thought, why not? 9 Shelby Europa GT350s and GT500 Mustangs were built under license for the European market. 7 fastbacks, 2 convertibles, one mysterious 429 Super Cobra jet J-Code fastback, whereabouts still unknown to this day. And much more obviously in 2015, the S550 Mustang was available worldwide officially, and it became the best-selling Mustang of all time.
What Ford did is obviously brought them to Europe, right-hand drive, which was probably the smartest move they could make. Because now it's competing with the M3s and AMG Mercedes along the lines, and I think price-wise you get more bang for your buck out of a Mustang.
Everywhere it went, it was instantly recognizable. Every spec, every shape, every generation, all of them practically shouting the same thing. Bang for your buck. People obsess over this car because of how iconic it is. Okay, so for this next bit, I initially had no idea what was I gonna talk about, but the people I've interviewed before have made it pretty clear. It was famous for its mass appeal, yes, but every single owner seems to have their own little world wrapped around it. Like, for example, Uncle Barry power sliding while possibly maybe drunk. Okay, probably an exaggeration, but you still get the point. And some of these stories are historic in their own right. And in fact, let's talk about the 2013 Shelby GT500. Not only this was the last muscle car with a solid rear axle, but it was also the last Mustang signed off by Carroll Shelby before he died in 2012. Like, you're literally behind the wheel of history, no matter what spec you have, no matter how horrible it is, but in a very usable, very real-world way. Most Mustang owners, though, own it because it's cool, because it's fun, because it makes driving even just around town something absurdly memorable.
It's unreal. The amount of people that stop you, talk to you about it. I've had people that you wouldn't think are into cars stop you and talk to you about it. I had a guy follow me on the motorway to the services just to pull over and speak to me about my Mustang. And that's just incredible.
I had a memory. I used to live down on the south coast, and we lived in a very wide, quite posh road, and the cars used to park diagonally in the middle of the road, and there was always 2 or 3 Mustangs, whether they were notchbacks, fastbacks, convertibles, one of each down there. And I used to sit on the steps of my house, and I used to hear these cars starting up. You could hear them a mile away almost. You could hear that one going, yeah. And it used to fascinate me. And I used to walk around these cars and stroke them and touch them and look inside and think, yeah. And I was lucky enough to race them when I was younger in the 70s. And they were great. They were great to race. We'd stick, if we couldn't get a V8, we'd stick a 3-litre Essex engine in it or something. And they were great, lovely, coupe especially.
Here in the UK, you have the Mustang Owners Club of Great Britain and the Surrey Mustang Owners Club, with mainly communities and groups of people who understand the subtle thrill of the Mustang as a shared obsession. You don't need to lecture them on torque curves or engine specs, they already get it.
It's the ability to socialise with people who've got the same mentality as you. And all the cars are different, although they're all Mustangs. All the old ones look different years of course, and the modern ones are the same. People want to customise them to make them that bit different, and people exchange those ideas.
So yes, the Mustang has heritage, but it's also lived experiences. Each car, each owner, each drive adds another layer to the already enigmatic story of this car. And yes, sometimes a very strange, very mildly illegal layer, but that's the beauty of it. I honestly think that by this point it's safe to say that the Mustang has just no longer become a car in essence. It's just became an idea and a personality. Like any other muscle car, it's just a thing that people make movies about, toys after, video games featuring. It's everywhere and it never asked permission to do so. Like, can we just talk about the number of movies over the years this car has been in? Like, you got Steve McQueen tearing this 1968 GT390 through San Francisco in the movie Bullet. split. Then you got the two Eleanor Mustangs from the two Gone in 60-Second films. The 1974 with its yellow Mach 1 and the 2000 with its GT500. The Mustang in Need for Speed. Like, from all of these countless appearances, it's literally just become a supporting actor that steals the scene every time. Not because it goes fast, although it does, but because it has that presence. And beyond cinema, you keep seeing it in posters, model kits, logos. Like, if you grew up anywhere from the 1960s onwards, you would have seen Mustang and know instantly what it meant.
When you think of America, you think of cars, you always think of the Mustang. With food, you think of apple pie, hot dogs, and hamburgers. In the automotive industry, it's the Mustang.
And yet, despite the mass appeal, even after 60 years, the Mustang still refuses to die. Every generation, every revival, every current S650 Mustang rolling off the line keeps that same core identity alive.
Other muscle cars have come and gone. The Camaro came, went. The Challengers came and went. So, you know, they've stuck around. And now they seem to be getting even better.
Honestly, to me, to see one on the road is like to witness ambition made tangible. It's just surreal. And to really hear one start, to own one, well, that's really a different story I'll probably never understand. And really, that's just human obsession, just wrapped around in this weird amalgamation of steel, glass, and gasoline. I really don't even know how to put it into words, so I'm gonna just play a little bit of a ride I had in a Roush Mustang.
It's not all there. It's sort of, it's not, it don't spit you up and chuck you in a ditch. It's sort of,
no words can describe it. If globally petrol cars are going to get banned or people are going to stop making it, still, I really don't think Mustangs should exist in garages or museums. It should exist on the road. It should be incultured, still be in imagination and people wanting to buy these things. It should still exist in the way people talk about them. And honestly, the way I speak about it is kind of absurd, but I can't imagine the automotive world without a Mustang. Really, it's just been so iconic, and I would feel really sad if they stopped making them.
I think that's the important thing, that we still have these cars to look back on and appreciate. So it's like any history. We shouldn't wipe out history. You should always have something you can reference and see how far you've come, or maybe how much you've spoiled things in the process.
I don't know, when you own one, it's not just a car, it's an extension of you. So to not have it around is missing something that's a part of you, not something you want to do.
There's millions of people all over the world that have these, in every country in the world, and they enjoy it. And to lose that would be a great shame. Because it's not just enjoyment, but it's keeping alive, a part of history. If that goes, then what are you left with? You're left with modern cars that don't last 2 years, end up in a scrap heap, So it's good to keep all old cars going, no matter what Mark will make.
As of this video, it's still here to stay for as long as it can. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere because it survived decades of stylistic experimentation, mission standards, trends in compact crossovers, and yet here they still are. Still turning heads, still inspiring obsession, still reminding us why the car was meant for everyone, and yet somehow still perfect for the few who push them to extremes. They're still here and not going anywhere. Thank you for your time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.